Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to What's Up 409. And yes, I am back at the same starting point as I was for my previous video. I'm basically here to correct an error that I made. Anyone who watched the last video will know I came here to reclaim a KOM that was stolen from me by name I can't remember at the moment. But I went off in this direction when I should have gone off in this direction. So that's what I'm doing today. In addition, I am also effectively testing out 3 cameras. This is currently being filmed on an iPhone 12 Pro. I think it might even be an 11 Pro, which may actually end up being the best quality camera I have, apart from on-bike stabilization. But it is going up against my Insta360 Go3 there, and the DJI Osmo Action 4 there. I have put them both to effectively factory settings, but at 2.7K 50 frames per second, and I've added a couple of dead cat wind muffs to both cameras in the interest of fairness. They're both mounted to my chest. One disadvantage the DJI has already is the mount I'm using actually has a little bit of play in it. If it performs really badly, it might be down to that. Sorry about the background noise, by the way. There's some serious hedge trimming going on. I got loads of accessories with the DJI, which I'm also going to test out. We will try some slow motion modes, various other settings. But for now, like I say, in the interest of fairness, they're both set at 2.7K 50 frames per second, which is the maximum for the Insta360. The DJI can actually go to 4K 240 frames per second or something similar. They've both got stabilization turned on. They've both got wind noise reduction turned on. They've both got standard color settings, I think. And I'll try and do some side-by-side comparisons. The most important thing is, let's get our KOM back. Okay, I think we've officially started the segment, which does begin on sand and gravel that actually ends very soon, because we quickly transition onto smooth tarmac, but worryingly, it's a long, steady climb, and nearly all the climbing in this direction is done right from the start, which is nice. And this is a good test for the cameras. As you'll see, it's a very overcast day, and we've come under a bridge of trees, so even to my naked eye, the light levels are not great. So I don't have super expectations. I'm hoping the DJI is a noticeable improvement over the Insta360, which has done nothing but disappoint me, other than for a few quirky functions. So we've been going a while, pretty steady sort of 2 to 3%, and this is where it really ramps up, or the first significant ramp. And typically the tarmac is all broken up here as well, so steady rhythm is more difficult to find. And once we're at the top here, there is very little rest before the main climb. So it's been about 8 to 9% for some time, but it's going to level off a bit here as we go over the motorway. Alright, we're coming up to the monster climb, and I will be genuinely staggered if I make it to the top without having to stop. I feel sick already. We're only 4K in to the ride. Try and stay that way. Oh crikey, I think I set that horse off a little bit. I'm having to take it pretty careful through here as well. This is really slippy. You can see where it's been raining, so traction might be a problem here as well. Anyway, there it is. Right hand bend, and then we go up. Oh my lord. Front wheel's actually coming up off the ground as I try and push the pedal. Right, it's eased a bit. Can't actually tell you the gradient. My wahoo's not picking it up. Oh, come on. I can't see the top yet. If I go over here, I probably can. Yeah, just about to see the top, just around that bend. Whew. Okay, I think I'm gonna make it. It's definitely leveled off a bit here. I'm gonna get to about 7% at this bit, and it kicks up again just a tiny bit right before the top. Our balls, I just remembered I've got another climb after this descent. Here we go. This is where it ramps up again just a bit. So I'll cut the corner, straighten it as much as possible. And we're over. I did it in one go. Yes. Wasn't fast, but it was all in one go. But yeah, just remembered another scary descent I usually do, which will now be a painful climb. It's coming up just after this drop. I hope my little MacBook's okay with me trying to upload and synchronize 2 sets of 2.7K footage from different cameras. I do also need to take into account other factors which could affect what you see. Obviously, Final Cut Pro, the way I render the projects at the end, and then YouTube, the way it compresses and uploads the videos. So the raw footage is always going to be better than what you end up seeing. But the raw footage on the Insta360 Go3 has not impressed me, other than on a very sunny day and the camera barely moving. Even on perfect flat surfaces, blue skies, when attached to the bike, oh Christ, it's not been brilliant because of the vibration. But it definitely has some qualities that might make it worth keeping as a second camera. Seriously, I'm struggling not to be well impressed with myself. Oh, there's a car coming. It's all right, I'm turning off down here. So this is the top of my usual horrible climb. We're going down it. Yeah, baby. I won't be going down it fast because it's dark, wet, slippy, bumpy. Ooh. And I still haven't got a mountain bike. I've had to put that on hold for a while because of some unexpected work costs and expenses that came up. I'm still sticking to my guns that if I get a mountain bike, it's going to be a really nice one. So although a sensible me would go and get, just go and get a cheap one to see how it is, see if I like it, but nah, sadly for everyone around me, that's not really in my nature. This will be an interesting test of the light. Cool, I can barely see. These light transitions will be interesting as well. The Insta definitely didn't cope with that at all. I don't know if it's the speed of processing it with the auto settings that it had on, but it definitely didn't like light to dark or dark to light. This bit's so nice going effectively down it. I didn't realise how much of a climb it was until you come the other way and realise you can roll, you can freewheel quite a lot and pick up some decent speed. Love it. Obviously we have the Zwift Winter League starting in a couple of weeks, or about 10 days in fact. So I also need to work out how to get this bike to sit on my turbo trainer. Right, another slight climb coming up, so it shouldn't be too strenuous. That's something you don't see every day. I'm not sure you're supposed to see that. Okay, around here, and then we start the long sandy stretch. Oh, it's rough now where the sand's been compacted by the rainfall. Oh, that hurts. Should be less treacherous on the bend though, theoretically. Oh my God. Right, this is going to test both cameras to the absolute limit. Alright, can I get through here without crashing? Last time I sort of straight lined this like that. Perfect. Oh, yay! I just hit a really sharp rock and it sort of spat the rear wheel sideways. I really hope that isn't the start of a puncture. It didn't feel good at all, it sounded horrendous. I'm still on this really rough, bumpy section, but we are not far from the finish line now. And I certainly feel better than I did the other day when I did it in the other direction. I think this bit will be harder going this way because it's a solid, slight incline. Oh, and I've got sand in my hubs or something. Something doesn't sound or feel too good. Anyway, there's the finish line up there. The gate. Here we go. Past the gate. Done. Right, I'll carry on a bit just to make sure I've got the segment and I'll pull over. In fact, I'll ride back up to the nice smooth quarry road, which is my route home, and pull over up there. Right, I'm just filming on the Osmo now, just to show you some of the accessories that came with it. I got the Adventure pack, which comes with obviously the camera, but it also comes with, where is it? Did I bring it with me? Comes with this little box, which is a very handy little charger for 3 batteries. It came with 3 batteries. You can see 2 of them are in there, one's in the camera obviously, but it also works as a power bank for anything that can plug into a USB-C. So if I'm out and about, I've got my spare batteries, but if my phone's running low, plug the phone cable into the USB-C there, and it will use the battery power from whatever batteries are in the case to charge that device, which I think is really smart. It also came with a very long selfie stick, which I'm going to try it in a minute and see if I can do that invisible. Apparently this is one of those invisible selfie sticks, so I've never tried that. I assume it's something to do with the software on the phone that hides the stick, but I'll give that a go in a moment. But I'm going to switch to the Insta just for a second to show you the mounting system for the camera, which to be honest is one of the best things about it. So similar to the Insta360 Go, it's magnetic, but it has these little securing clips as well. So magnets on, there we go, that's not going anywhere, and it just makes it very easy. Oh, he says, this thing's a little bit in the way actually. That's a bit awkward. Okay, right, well that's a little bit fiddly, but anyway, that is also how it's been attaching to my chest mount, is by magnet and these little clips on the underneath, which I think are particularly good. Let's see how long this selfie stick is. So I've magneted it on. I mean, yeah, it's pretty long. That's not going to be easy to ride with, but we'll give it a try. So we're riding again, and I have this ridiculously long selfie stick protruding 1.5 meters in front of me. I quite like the ability to do kind of fake drone shots. Let's check out the slow motion. Now, I definitely have to give the Insta360 credit in some areas. That last shot you saw was so simple because there is no firm mounting point for the Insta360. It's so light, it just needs a magnet. So I was able to just literally pull it off my chest and stick it on that lamppost there to get that last shot. And then as I ride past it, simply grab it, pop it back on my chest. The other thing I really like is this. Although I do have screens front and back on the DJI, it is really nice having this little remote screen that can be mounted pretty much anywhere within, say, a 6-foot radius of the camera, and you get a perfectly clear preview of what the camera's looking at through this little screen. So that's nice. But other than that, I'm struggling to think of any qualities it has over the DJI Osmo, or a GoPro, the latest GoPros for that matter. So I suppose my final conclusion is it's a decent little camera. Maybe my expectations were too high in that I thought it would be a replacement for a GoPro or this DJI. It absolutely isn't. But as a second camera for B-roll and some quirky little shots, I think it still has some value. So I'll probably be holding on to it for a while at least. Oh, I better get out of the way. Anyway, I think the most important thing we should do now, go and find somewhere to sit down and see how I compared to the new KOM around the Gravelly Grime Trial counterclockwise. Okay, just scanning my workout into the Wahoo Element app. Okay, now I need to sync it with Strava. Oh, already done apparently. Let's have a look. Gravelly Grime Trial counterclockwise, official WKG 22:01 today. My personal record is 14:22. Is that my slowest ever? Yes. I didn't take my KOM back, but I made it in one go. I've got to be pleased with that. There we go. Right, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed and learnt something from that. Remember, like, subscribe, share, comment, all the good stuff, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye bye.